Rachel.
I'm Amanda.
And we have a 2-year-old daughter, Teagan. We've always wanted kids.
And eventually landed on doing IVF. Our first transfer did not work. And then from there, we had a couple of losses and finally got pregnant with Teagan February of 2020. We took a pregnancy test and looked at it. And we just kind of stared at each other like, this is real. It's happening.
Gonna become our reality.
We started seeing Dr. Stevens pretty much right off the bat. She is a great provider, and we could see that, from the very start.
There were a lot of complications that came up through the pregnancy, but it was so wonderful to be able to be there for her throughout those challenges, to let her know we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get a healthy baby at the end of this.
Dr. Stevens decided that we were going to do weekly ultrasounds, and we noticed that Teagan was a little on the small side, but nothing concerning at that point until 32 weeks when I went in. My blood pressure was 170 over 110. Teagan had fallen below the 10th percentile. I would be told that I had to live in the hospital until Teagan was born and that she would be a premature baby. I was admitted into the hospital within 2 hours and consulting with the NICU team. The care at the BirthPlace was phenomenal. I lived there for 2 weeks before, having Teagan. They were very supportive of us during the time. Because it was COVID time, I couldn't leave the hospital room. I couldn't go outside. The only people I was able to interact with were, the nurses and the staff of the hospital. The nice thing about Southdale is that they always made sure that if a nurse that I was familiar with was on that day, that she was my nurse.
We decided for Amanda and for Teagan to pursue that birth at 34 weeks. We decided to do that with a C-section.
Teagan was born September 21st at 9:39 in the morning and was 3 pounds, 6 ounces.
No matter what the circumstances, when there's now suddenly a new life in the room, it just hits you in the heart, and it's hard not to have tears in your eyes every time. Babies at 34 weeks tend to do really well, which is good to keep in mind, but there are some medical challenges that they have. Typically, they need at least a little bit of support in their breathing.
I had just returned from a visit with Amanda and came back to the NICU to find that Teagan was now on a CPAP machine. I was comforted right away and explained, that this was more preventative. The NICU team did a great job of explaining what the next steps would be.
As healthcare providers, it's really important just to be there for your patients. Let them know we understand this is hard and we're gonna try to make it as good as we can for you.
The doctors and nurses had determined that she was jaundice, and so she'd have to spend some time under the bilirubin lights. Teagan started her bilirubin treatment. Those were some of our kind of fondest memories because she was so cute with the little sunglasses. We call them sunglasses.
You could hold her 2 hours a day, but other than that, she had to be under the lights.
When she got to come out of the Billy lights, we got our first family photo together. The biggest thing I appreciated about the care was that everyone was so easily accessible and attentive.
The communication from the start even was fantastic. The care was just wonderful there.
At the BirthPlace, our NICU is fabulous, has really great support for the babies. I always have all the resources I need to be able to provide the best care to patients.
Teagan recently just turned 2.
She loves to read and to color, and
she just is eager to learn and participate. We're very proud of how far she's come. Every year we've decided for Teagan's birthday, we want to gift care packages to other families that are in the same situations as us.
How we can use something that was hard for us to help other people. We hope that our story inspires other people to give back.
That's important to us, and that's how we show our support for the care that they gave us.